wet. They're one wet.
We're discussing whether or not Gentiles can be saved, and obviously I am of the opinion that, biblically speaking, of course Gentiles can be saved, the non-Israelites, and I'm talking about non-Israelites, Gentiles according to the flesh, Cap. So, as a Christian, I believe that Jesus is not just for the Israelites, but he was for the entire world. The Israelites first, then the rest of the nations. And so that's my position, and that's what we're going to be getting into. Let's rock.
Let's open.
Yeah, just go
ahead.
Yeah, you didn't tell me to break everything down. Yeah, like, you want to break something down?
All right. My position on Gentiles is Gentiles always have context. So he's right when he says that Christians believe that Gentiles, meaning non-Israelites, can be saved. My position is that Gentile is only any scripture that's referring to Gentiles, strangers, heathen, XYZ on the subject of salvation is only talking about Israelites. Biblically speaking, the word Gentile just means going or nation. So by proxy, Israel would be a nation, so they could be called Gentile. You can see that in Genesis 25 and 23, for example. So my position is just to show and prove that the promises of salvation was only given to the children of Israel. And if I can add, only the children of Israel are the children of God. And that's the only one that can get the promises or salvation. With that, I'm ready to rock.
All right, let's go ahead and kick it off, man. So I guess I'll start it off with a question just like last time. I like that smirk, man. I like the smirk. I like the smirk.
I know you. Listen, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna be like, yeah, he done learned. Then I'm gonna be the father. You're gonna be the son.
That's good.
Bars. Bar guy. Shout out to my man.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you an apron. So okay, so when it comes to the,
it don't sound the same effect.
No, it's you know, I got my own little.
Yeah, no, I know you got your own little thing.
So with the non-Israelites, you're saying that non-Israelites cannot be saved. This salvation is only for, you know, Israelites, born Israelites, you know, Israelites that are of the seed of Abraham physically.
Yeah, physically.
Okay. So how do you interpret then, I guess, Romans 11? Obviously, it talks about how the Jews are the natural branches that were cut off, and then the wild olive was grafted in, and how they're not of Israel. As a matter of fact, he even starts off with saying, now to you Gentiles, I say to you. Right? At first, he was speaking to the Israelites earlier in the chapter, and then now he's speaking to the Gentiles who were not the natural branches. So I would obviously think that they were non-Israelites.
That's what you would think. The subject matter of Romans the 11th chapter is, has God cast away his people? We agree, right?
Correct.
And it says, God forbid.
Yes.
Then the ending verse in Revelation, in verse 26, it says, and so all Israel shall be saved as it is written. We agree, right?
Say that again, sorry.
In verse 26, Romans 11 and 26, it says, and so all Israel shall be saved as it is written.
Mm-hmm.
We agree there, right?
Yes.
So how could the subject be about non-Israelites when the conclusion of everything that he says, so all Israel shall be saved? It doesn't say all nations shall be saved.
I agree. I don't think that all nations will be saved, because not all nations will come into belief. But it specifically talks about how the Israelites were cut off. The natural branches are the Israelites, and they're cut off. And then so now the wild branches that are not originally part of the natural tree are now grafted in. Now the Israelites are the natural branch, are part of the natural branches, and so the unnatural ones or the wild ones obviously will be non-Israelite Gentiles.
No, because the most important part, the reason why it's called a wild olive tree is because this tree doesn't look like all trees. Because when you first go to Romans 11, before we get to the wild olive tree, I want to start at verse 13, if you don't mind. It says, for I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I'm the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my foot. The 11th chapter, that wild olive tree is them being allowed to be grafted back in.
Okay. So just reading this here. So it says, but if some of the branches were broken off, and you, although a wild olive shoot, were grafted in among the others, and now share in the nourishing root of the olive tree. Do not be arrogant toward the branches. If you are, remember, it is not you who support the root, but the roots that supports you. Then you will say, branches were broken off so that I might be grafted in. That is true. They were broken off because of their unbelief. But you stand fast through faith. So do not become proud, but fear. For if God did not spare the natural branches, neither will he spare you. So these are not natural branches. They were never part of the tree in the first place, but now they're being grafted in. They're not natural to the tree.
That's not true. And context and listening is an art. And he never answered verse 16. It says, for if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches. Those other branches are never attached to the root. When the branches get broken off, that's why in the metaphor, it talks about them being grafted back into a wild olive tree. Jeremiah 11:16 that I just spoke about, that he did not answer, also speaks about the Lord bringing a fire to that same olive tree. So then
where does it say that they're being grafted back in? The wild.
That would say then, I'm sorry, if some of the branches, in verse 17, if some of the branches are broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, the tree is talking about the first fruit be holy, and the lump that is also holy in the root. That's the tree.
Yep.
And so then it says, and thou being a wild olive tree were grafted in among them, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Yeah.
Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root. What this is talking about is Judah and Israel. Or if you want to say northern kingdom and southern kingdom, some people say that. Because when Christ was on the scene, Christ said, I'm not sent but into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right. The tribes of Israel as a nation was not there. They were cut off. Another excellent example is the prodigal son. In the prodigal son, you had the two sons. The two, you always notice it's always in twos because you had northern kingdom and southern kingdom. So the northern kingdom gets kicked out. He's wallowing himself in the swine. And when he comes back to the house and is accepted of the father, who's angry about that? The son that stayed. And so Judah didn't want didn't want his brother to come back. Isaiah 11:13 is another example when it says the envy of Judah and the vexation of Ephraim shall go away. So in verse 26, which is what I asked earlier, when it says, and so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. The subject is about Israel not being cast away, according to the first verse. Verse 13, when it says, 14 rather, when it says, I provoke the emulation, them which are my flesh, that's found in Romans 9:4. Them are my flesh who are Israelites, to whom pertain the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the services, and the promises. So this, okay, I got you.
So when you said I didn't answer about 16, I feel like I did because when you said that they're being grafted back in, but in this context, it doesn't say that. They were never part of the natural tree to begin with. So that's what I'm saying here when it says, but if some of the branches were broken off, and you, although a wild olive shoot, were grafted in, these people were not broken off of this tree in the first place. They're being grafted into the tree and now taking part in the nourishment. So you have the natural branches that were cut off before, and now there's room for the unnatural branches to be grafted in. Like when you bring up, like you said, Judah and who else was it?
Ephraim.
Ephraim.
Israel. I think I said Israel.
Yeah, Israel. And so Judah and Israel. Is Judah and Israel both part of the natural tree?
Until he burned it. In Jeremiah 11 chapter, which I just read, he separated. He kicked out the whole northern kingdom. He kicked out 9 tribes. Right.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Yeah. What did those 9 tribes become?
They became the other kingdom.
No. When they got kicked out, what did they become?
What kind of talking?
So in 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, when he kicked out the northern kingdom, and so they kicked out as a nation. So Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar, Gad, Naphtali, etc. What did they become when they got kicked out of Israel?
I don't know.
That's the Gentiles that it's talking about.
Damn right. What does it mention that they're the Gentiles?
That's right. That's right.
What does it say they're the Gentiles?
Okay, so let me give you a prophecy.
Where does it say they're the Gentiles?
the word Gentile means nation. We agree, right?
Yeah, but you're saying that no. So I'm saying that the Gentiles biblically are non-Israelites.
No, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's
even in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary to say Gentiles are usually non-Israelites.
Yeah. So my question is, where does it call them? Where does it identify them as the Gentiles?
This context. If you listen to my opening statement, Gentile just means nation.
Right. So where are they called the Gentiles?
So I'm gonna break it. So I'll give you an example. This is Genesis 48. Since you want to know exactly where.
That's a different one. So.
No, it's right on the subject. Okay. It's right on the subject because this is prophecy. Genesis 48, when Jacob was talking, or Israel was talking to Joseph, and he blessed Ephraim. This is what he said to Ephraim. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He shall become a people, and he shall also be great. But truly his younger brother, which is talking about Ephraim, shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. That word in the Greek or Hebrew would be Gentile. So now, right here, we're reading Jacob or Israel tell Joseph that his son would become a multitude of nations or multitude of Gentiles. So can you show me what nations did they become?
Well, actually, that ties in with the covenant that's given to Abraham and how he will be a father of many nations. And how is it? Because the Bible says that it's through faith that Abraham was made a father to many nations.
That's not answering my question.
It is answering your question.
What nations nations did they become? What nations did they become? They're not called Ephraim. So what nations did they become?
The church. They're believers. They're
what nation did they become?
They're the church.
Yeah, I hear this. You don't know what nation, right?
What's going on here? You can do all this all you want, but you're not to answer
tell
my
me what
question. You didn't tell me.
I'm answering your question. I'm telling you, the Gentiles in Romans the 11th chapter. Romans the 11th chapter. It says, "So all Israel shall be saved." Yeah. Because Northern Kingdom Israelites.
Yeah, are they the natural branches? Was my question.
They were natural till the branches were broken off.
I got it.
Were they broken off according to Jeremiah the 11th chapter? Were the branches broken off?
Yes. And that's
okay.
But this is I'm not disagreeing that there's some that the Israelites were broken off. Here's where we disagree here. You're saying that the wild one, right, that's being grafted in, you're saying that they were part of the tree in the first place, but then got broken off and now they're being brought back in. It doesn't say that. Yeah. It says that it says they were wild and they were never part of the tree in the first place.
That's not what that's saying. That's what you're lying about. That's not what it's saying.
It literally says because of their disbelief.
If it was about other nations, it wouldn't say, and so all Israel shall be saved.
No, that's not.
It would say all nations shall be saved. This argument is that nations can be saved. This is why I say the word Gentile always has context. So it says, and so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn ungodliness away from Jacob. It doesn't say turning ungodliness away from everyone.
Well, but that's in that verse. You're quote minded. We're talking
I'm not quote minded. Yeah, I'm context minded.
But you're not because you're going to another verse that has nothing to do with this right here. Of course, in talking about Jacob, we know that God's going to bring back Jacob. He has a remnant. We already know about this.
When it says, so I'll go directly.
Hold on. Let me end this. When we're talking about here, the wild,
in
the
verse
wild
17,
branches,
right?
Yes, the wild branches. But if some of the branches were broken off, talking about the natural branches, right? Although a wild olive shoot, the Gentiles.
No, that's where we disagree.
But it literally says, I'm speaking to you Gentiles. That's literally how he starts off. Right. Look, he says in verse 13, now I'm speaking to you Gentiles.
When I'm saying you, I'm not saying that he's not talking to Gentiles. Okay. The you in verse 17 is talking about the first fruit and the lump. So in verse 16, when it says, for if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches. The root is the tree.
Right.
The branches is what's breaking off the tree.
That's right.
And so now when it says, and if some of the branches be broken off that same tree, that's the root.
Right.
And then thou being a wild olive tree, the thou is that root or that tree that is now wild because the branches is broken off. The branches are being put back on the same tree. That's why it's called a wild olive tree.
You can't say that it's called a wild olive tree if it was part of the natural tree in the first place. It's not wild. It's natural. Look, it does make sense because look, here's the distinction. There's two things being called out here. You got the natural and you got the wild. These are the two identifiers that we have in Romans 11. So
that's what you're saying.
No, okay. Let me see here. Right. Now I'm speaking to you Gentiles. Inasmuch then as I am an apostle to the Gentiles, I magnify my ministry.
Right.
In order somehow to make my fellow Jews jealous.
Okay,
so
what
wait,
version what are you reading
this
right
is
now?
this is ESV.
Okay, I don't read the ESV. I'm gonna read the KJV. It's more accurate, and I'm gonna read the same verse that you read. It says, "Now I speak, I speak to you Gentiles, and as much as I'm the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office, if by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them." So now you want to make these Gentiles be non-Israelites. Who's Paul's flesh in this verse?
Well, so here's my question. No,
I answered your question. I need my question.
No, you didn't answer. You just gave me another question.
No, I didn't. What question did I answer?
I'll deal with it.
No, I don't want you to deal with it.
Okay.
Tell me what question I didn't answer.
So the question that you didn't deal with was him speaking to the Gentiles and the distinction he makes with the wild branch and the natural.
Okay, so now I'm going to respond to that directly.
Okay.
I'm telling you the Gentiles is Israelites. So now I'm answering that question. And I'm telling you that in verse 16, the lump and the holy and the root and the branches are all the same. And in 17, and if some of the branches are broken off, is the same branches that was broken off according to Jeremiah 11 chapter, and the thou being a wild olive tree is the root of verse 16. So now I've clearly answered your question. So now I need my question answered. Who is the emulation of them which are his flesh to Paul?
Okay, so
according to scripture.
So these are the Israelites. So now
they who?
They're Israelites. That's good. So if he's talking about the Israelites, that's the ones he wants to make jealous, correct?
No, that's the one that he wants to save. That's why you can't read that raggedy ass ESV. Romans 11
I'm using what you just read. You just read.
I didn't read jealous.
You said right?
I said
if I made jealousy.
No, if I may by any means provoke the emulation to them that are my flesh,
yes, so
and might save them.
Who are his flesh?
I'm glad you said that.
No. Just answer straight up. Who's the flesh?
Can I read the scripture?
It's right here.
Who are Israelites?
Thank you. So his flesh are the Israelites, and who's he's talking to?
He's talking to Israelites.
No, it says he's talking. No, all right. So now it's my turn. It says that he's talking to Gentiles.
No. What I'm saying is he's talking to. I'll be done with this so you can understand. When I say Israelites, the Gentiles in Romans the 11th chapter are Israelites. But I don't want you to be confused.
No, I understand what you're saying, but here's where the conflation is. When you say that the ones that he's bringing to emulation and wanting to save are of his flesh, which you said are the Israelites, that means he's talking to non-Israelites about his brothers. So he's saying about the Israelites to the Gentiles that God, in order to provoke them to jealousy or emulation so that some of them may be saved, has grafted you, non-Israelites, into the tree so that they may be provoked. That's the whole
Here's how that's a lie. Here's how that's a lie. Because when it comes to save, he says, and so all Israel shall be saved. Through emulation.
Through what? What's
I'm going right to the emulation.
Okay.
The emulation and save some of them of his flesh, they're rejecting the Israelites in Rome. The whole argument in Rome, Galatia, Cappadocia is that if they could be Israelites, but it ain't circumcised on the 8th day, they can't come back home. So when we go back, the reason why I reference Romans the 9th chapter, Romans the 9th chapter help you understand Romans the 11th chapter. Let's read it. Romans 9:4. Who are Israelites to whom pertain the adoption? Now, ain't no other nation can get adopted now. Because this just said Israel pertain the adoption, the glory.
Them first.
It don't say them first. It says who are Israelites to whom pertain the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the services of God, and the promises. That's what the scriptures say. Whose fathers and of whom is concerned in the flesh Christ came. Now it's saying Christ came for the Israelites.
Can you finish that verse though?
Which one? Verse 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna read a couple more verses, if you don't mind.
Yeah. No.
Who is over all, God blessed forever.
Who's over all who?
Who is over all?
Who?
God blessed forever.
Jesus is over all, God blessed forever.
It says, for who the flesh Christ came, who is all, and God is blessed forever. They ain't saying Jesus is God. That's all.
Come on, Cap. Come on, Cap. They call him God over all, man.
No, it's not. God is over all, but he ain't Christ.
That's the last
so
thing.
now,
That's the last
be crazy as hell.
All right, clap it up. Hey, shalom, YAHUSHUA, YAHUSHUA, Barak Thumb, YAHUSHUA, YAHUSHUA. Preaching out to Quadazai Karab here. This is a Tuesday Brotherhood and Unity class. And today we titled this class, what is it? How to climb out of a dark place. You understand? And this is very important for your growth and you as a person in general. How to climb out of a dark place. Main reason why blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the way they are is because they are in a dark place. That's what we need to understand when we go out here and see all of the things we see in our neighborhoods. It's because they are in a dark place. And man, and it comes from all the way back to matter of fact, goes back further than that. And man, we're gonna get to it today. You understand what I'm saying? But first, also, you already know what I want. We're gonna show you how to get out of a dark place today. Yeah, man. You understand? We're gonna show you. Yeah, man. Just get Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We're gonna start with that. You understand what I'm saying? You can read it when you get it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The Bible say you are an holy people unto the Lord thy God. You understand what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the Israelites according to the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? And the Bible is saying you are holy. Not the holiness that the Christian church teaches. Not the holiness that the Muslim mosque teaches. You understand what I'm saying? But according to the Bible, you are a separate people. That's what holy really means. It don't mean you shaking a tambourine, beating on drums, yelling and speaking in gibberish, and wearing them big hats, and and giving the church all your money. That's not being holy. If they pour holy water on you and they put what they do also about it, put their hand on the person's forehead and they faint. That's not being holy. Being holy is actually separated. You start that from the top, also about Kasha.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Listen, stop right there. You are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. What do that mean? You are holy people unto the Lord thy God. It means that you belong to the Most High God. That's what that means.
Right.
You belong to Him. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to do what He wants you to do.
Right.
That's just like your father. You understand what I'm saying? You in the house as a child, you do what your father wants you to do. You can't go down the street and do what Billy father tells him to do. You do what your father tells you to do in that house. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you got to understand. We belong to the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, give me Leviticus chapter 20, verse 26, I believe it is. We got to understand that we belong to the Most High. So we got to do what He wants us to do. We can't do what we want to do. And that's a hard pill to swallow for people that's, got egos, big-headed, that don't even understand that you can't do what you want to do because you've been doing the same thing about decades and centuries and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to hear this where you can't do what you want to do.
Right. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall be holy unto me.
Here we go again, and not that word holy. You shall be holy unto me. Keep going.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
The Most High God is holy. It don't make no sense for you to be doing what little Billy Dad is doing. Slakia. It don't make no sense if you doing the things that little Billy father teaches him to do. Little Billy father teaches him to celebrate Christmas. Little Billy father teaches him to eat pork. Little Billy, father teaches him to give me something else. Smoke cigarettes.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what little Billy father teaches him. You can't do what little Billy do. You have to do what your father does. And your father say, you got to separate yourself from little Billy. Well, America. We're going to say America. We got to separate yourself from America. That's who little Billy is, America. Well, little Billy father is America. Yeah, man. Separate from America. You are the children of Israel. There's no reason that you should be doing what other people are doing that's not of your nation. This is our rule book. And if you could, give me an Apocrypha, Baruch 4:1. This is your rule book. This book is going to get you out of the darkness that you are in. This book right here, spoken by the prophets of the Lord in the I.S.U.P.K. This book, what we call the Bible, you understand, is going to get you out of the darkest places in your life. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to understand the first thing you have to do is separate. Isolate yourself from this place. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with separating yourself. There's nothing. I did that. I did that. That's why when you come in here, you do your 90 days. What do you think your 90 days is for? To shed yourself of the world. I believe that's what the security announcement say every time we read at the end of the class.
Right.
You do your 90 days to shed yourself of the world, to separate yourself. You know what I mean? To separate yourself from this world.
Right.
So, in order to separate yourself from this world, you're going to have to come to a realization that you're going to have to isolate yourself from others and other things that's destroying. So, for example, your demon might be Facebook. A lot of people, listen, some people don't need Facebook.
Right.
Some people just don't need to be on Facebook.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Facebook gets them in trouble.
Right.
Facebook, because like I'm just seeing things on Facebook, especially with people in the world, right? They arguing on Facebook. They going back and forth on Facebook. They posted up all these stupid things. There's no way that you should be my age. I honestly should expect that from like a 21-year-old, 16-year-old, 18-year-old to be smoking at their pictures. You understand what I'm saying? Like sharing, marijuana stuff, like drugs and stuff like that. I see this on the internet.
Right.
I used to do that when I was younger. I used to smoke weed and buy pictures and all that type of stuff, right? And post it on Instagram. Thought it was cool. There's no way that you're 35, 40 years old, you still doing the same thing you was doing when you was 20, 21. You understand what I'm saying? But in order for you got to come to a realization that I don't need to be on Facebook. I be on Facebook too much. So I got to separate myself from Facebook.
Right.
I got to get off of Facebook. I got to deactivate my account for at least a month.
Right.
Sometimes you have to do it. And me personally, like when you think you need something, you should refrain from even try to using it and stuff like that. And you have to have it. For example, let's see. Like, all right, like a brother said, "Oh, I need to drink." You don't need to drink. You want to drink. Right. You have to have it. Then you should refrain from not having it.
Right.
And that's lawful. That's lawful. You should refrain not to want it. Because what happens? You grow into be an alcoholic. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, you have to have it. You have to have it. You have to get on social media. Why you have to get on social media? Why is it so much it's it's going to put your life in shambles and get you out of whack. Like, what's so hard about getting off of Facebook for a while?
Right.
What about your phone? A lot of people, every 5 minutes, touch their phone, grab their phone, grab their phone, grab their phone, grab their phone. And the phone could be their biggest demon. Their mother could be their biggest demon. Their father, their cousin, their brother, that marijuana, the drugs that they use, that could be their biggest demon. How do you overcome those demons? You got to get away from them. You understand what I'm saying? Or sometimes you might need help with that. You know, that's why you got counsel. You know what I mean? But try to isolate yourself, try to separate yourself from the things that's going to destroy you, even though sometimes that might be lawful. You know what I mean? You know, we can eat food. It's just not what type of food we can eat. You know what I mean? But you know, eating candy and you know, lawful candy and drinking all this soda and stuff like that. And then next you go to the doctors and the doctor said, well, you pre-diabetic or something like that. And you on the verge of having diabetes, high blood pressure, but you can't put down that bacon cheeseburger. You can't put down that, what else? On that fast food. You understand what I'm saying? You can't separate yourself. You gotta have it. You should refrain from doing it. Yeah, you know, fast food is lawful. Soda is lawful, right? Officer about it.
Right.
But it's destroying you. Some people can't even drink water, officer about it. People don't even have the discipline to, like, not the stuff they face. It's called a glutton, right?
Right.
You're going to have to learn how to separate and isolate yourself from things, but you're going to need your brothers and your sisters to help with that too as well. You know what I mean? But the Lord told you to separate. Understand what I'm saying? Separate unto him. Do what he wants you to do. It's beneficial for you in the long run. Understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, can you read Baruch 4:1? I don't want.
This is the book of Baruch 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of the commandments of God.
Listen, this is the book of the commandments of God right here. The one I'm holding up in front of this camera. This book right here is the commandments of God. And as well as the Apocrypha here, man, is the commandments of God, right? Keep going.
And the law that endureth forever.
The what?
And the law that endureth forever.
You want to know why you're in a dark place? Because you think the law is done away with. You know the law can help you in so many ways that you can't even imagine. The law can help you so much, but you don't think that way. And you know it's all crazy also about, I'm pretty sure you probably said this before. I think I said it before. Why is this happening to me? You understand? A lot of people go through things and they always say, why me? Why is this happening to me? Have you ever thought about you not keeping God's laws?
Right.
They never ever thought about that. Christians say it all the time. Why is I'm always going through all these trials and tribulations and all this stuff? You know what I mean? So this is this always about our stuff a little bit on a little bit minor. You know, it's not too extreme with us.
Right.
We always come up to some. It's sometimes always some jam with Satan try to get us right,
Right.
but we know how to handle it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We're not complaining. We know what it is.
Right.
We're not complaining about it. We're not like, oh man, damn, there's always something. We gonna have to. We don't complain about it, and we'll make a call. Like Slaggy said, I'm in this jam, and man, whatever the case may be, and we'll find a solution.
Right.
Versus just asking a question. Like asking the question is cool. Asking the question is actually a good thing to do, right? Why am I like this? But they never find the solution. They never find the solution to the problem. They just go about their day and don't think about it anymore. They go about their day. It's good to ask the question.
Right.
It's great to ask the question. But now you got to find the answer. And in the Bible will say, this is the book of the commandments, and the law endure forever. You're in a dark place because you're not keeping the law. Now, if you could, you keep going, sir.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All that keep it shall come to life. That's like I said. If that speaker is a little bit of an issue with the sound, with the little sounds it's making, you ain't gotta really use it if you don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
It is a little static.
yeah, you don't gotta use it throughout it. You can read it for the top again, sir.
Yeah.
Man, like this book is going to get you out of the darkness that you're in. Yeah, man, you can go read it, sir.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All they that keep these laws, statutes, and commandments is going to come to life. How do you do that? You got to separate yourself. You got to come around people. You got to come around people that's not going to. Matter of fact, if you're a weed smoker, you should go around people that don't smoke weed. If you're an alcoholic, you should go around people that don't drink like that. If you have a problem sleeping with 304s, you have a problem with, those type of things, you should not be around the same people who do the same exact thing. Crackheads be around crackheads. It's a lot. When I go down, when I was living in Kensington, the drug dealers are hanging around each other. You might sometimes see in passing maybe somebody that don't do it. The working man might come to home and they might be chilling because they know him. They grew up with him. That's in their neighborhood. They might chill with him, smoke weed with him. You know what I mean? Sometimes. But for the most part, the people who hang around each other do the same exact things. They got the same exact things in common. That's like natural. That's natural for somebody to have a lot of things in common with you. You're selling drugs, you're around drug dealers. You're a thief, you hang around thieves. If you're a 304, you're hanging around 304s. Cause ain't no right mind anybody like me. I used to dang, I thought I had my dollar down. I used to smoke weed. I used to hang around brothers that smoke weed. Do I hang around them now today? No. And they still smoke weed. I guarantee you, majority of the people that I used to smoke weed with still smoke weed. I guarantee you. I don't hang around them no more now. When I stopped doing what I used to do down my neighborhood, when I stopped being in the trenches, in the trap, doing certain things, when I moved with my mother, and I started saying, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not about to be selling drugs anymore. I'm not about to be out here at 12 o'clock at night just standing on the corner anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I just high and by. High and by. That's it. I just say, what's going on, bro? I'm not going to be think I'm better than you. I'm still going to speak to you. I'm still going to be cool with you. But it's like I'm on to bigger and better things now because I see that's not working. I isolated myself from that situation. You know what I mean? The main reason why I got out of the darkness, and like I said, it's a work in progress. It's not going to happen overnight. You know what I mean? This is why a lot of our brothers get jammed up into selling drugs because they think they're going to be rich. They think they're going to be having some type of get out thing, and it's not going to work, and it doesn't happen overnight. You make fast money, you're going to go right to them. Listen, all that fast money just get you some designer sneakers. You know what I mean? Get you some Lavins or something. You know what I mean? Get you some Dior's. You know what I mean? Then you stuck in that way. You're not thinking about an exit plan. You stuck in that way. That's why a lot of brothers get unalive because they be stuck in that way. They keep doing it. Then they get locked up. Then the lawyers take your money. then the court fees, then you got children, you got then they dipping and dabbling in your stash with your in jail. It's so much that you can really think of that is not set up for you to win in the drug game. Wow. It's not set up for you to win when you're around people that want you to be like them. Wow. You know what I mean? The best way that you can overcome and succeed and be a successful black man and black woman, Hispanic man and Hispanic woman, and Indian man and Indian woman, is to isolate yourself. That's one of the first things that you need to do. And don't care about who may feel away. If they really love you, they will let you do it. They will be supportive. Because this is my problem with this world, Officer, especially our people. I'm gonna bring up this voting stuff. I don't vote. Officer Biden don't vote. I.S.U.P.K. We don't vote for no president, right? There's no way that a person in the world should be trying to oppress me and force me to vote. Because in America, I have a choice not to do it. Right. I have a choice not to do it. You should still love and respect me for my choice, just like you love and respect that Fruity Pebble, right, that Transformer. You support those. You support people who unalive babies. Right. They got the choice, right? You should respect my choice. Right. You should respect my decision. That's why our people are hypocrites, thanks to America, because they making a decision. I don't got no choice. Yeah. They got choices, but I don't got no choice. Yeah. I don't got a choice to separate. I should be able to have a choice to isolate myself from you because you are part of the problem too. You're in the dark. Most people that we hang around with are in dark places. I don't listen. I don't care. The sister say, I don't care if a sister or brother say they healed. If you're not keeping these laws, you are in a dark place. Right. You're not following God, you are in a dark place. Right. Let's understand that first. You healed. Listen, when I hear somebody say that, I get away from them because I don't really think they be healed. You know what I mean? Because you can't be healed if you're not up in here. Right. You can't. Okay, you might, be working on, you had your trauma. That's fine. But you're still smoking. You still got the Christmas trees. You're still thinking, I have no choice not to vote. Right. You still think that unaliving babies are cool to do. Right. You thinking leaving your man is cool to do, leaving your woman is cool to do. But you say you healed. Right. You can't. That don't make sense to me when I hear that. Because I'd be like, how you healed? But you were divorced like 2 days ago. Like, make it make sense. You understand what I'm saying? In order for you to really be successful, you got to isolate yourself. And I'm saying, when I say isolate yourself, it's cool to get away from things that's destroying you, but you also got to come around people that can actually help you. Right. Like, a lot of people, like, I think a lot of people is intimidated by me, obviously, but I don't know. But you could come around me. I'm approachable. You can have a conversation with me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to force nothing on you. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Right. It's up to you to take it or leave it. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you the truth. And I mean, like, we got to understand that majority, even our family members, we have to understand our family members don't have our best interests, man. Right. They're the ones that traumatized us. You understand? Your family member is the main reason why you're in a dark place. You know what I mean? One of the reasons. Right. And separating yourself is important. That's very important. It gives you time to reflect, gives you time to think. Like, when you sit down by yourself or around with nobody, you start to think more. You start to question a lot of stuff. And then stuff start being in front of your face. And you know what's crazy? You know, there's a lot of people that walk past our camps. You don't think they ask themselves why this is happening to me, why I'm going through this, why I'm going through this, and then they walk past the camp, and they walk past the camp, and then listen, whatever priest and prophet is up there blazing up there, they might say the same thing that they might have been feeling, but they keep on walking. But they don't even understand Satan is blocking them from receiving that message. Satan's job is to keep you in darkness. Satan's job is to make you join with the ones that's destroying you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's Satan's job. Like me, I'm using me for example. I used to go through stuff, and as soon as I cut on the Junior Muhammad class on Mondays, he break it up. I'm like, he got a bug in my house or something. Like, it'd be like crazy, like that. We just was talking about this, and he just talking about it now. And then he give me the advice. And I don't even have to ask him. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to ask him about something. But he just already say it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Satan be trying to block it though. Like, nah, don't listen to it. Don't, man, you gotta listen to that. But you know you be going through it, and you scared to reach out to the brothers and the sisters that's actually changing their life.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'd rather for you to go to somebody that been, like, first of all, married couples now, somebody that been married for 30, 40 years versus going to one of your 3 or 4 friends and talking about unalive babies is cool. You should go to that 30, 40-year-old, 70-year-old couple that been married for 40 years, that been through it all,
Right.
and stayed together. You should go to them. You should not go get no advice from this woman. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, separate yourself is very important, man. Now, if you could, go back to Baruch 4:1 and read it from the top.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endures forever.
Christians say the law is done away with. Read that again.
This is the book of the commandments of God.
No, read on the law endures forever.
And the law that endures forever.
Christians say the law is done away with, but it just said the law endures forever. The law ain't going nowhere. When I go, when Officer Abad go, when we go sleep with our fathers, the law is still gonna be here.
Right.
It ain't going anywhere. So deal with it. Deal with it. I'm not listening, and it's crazy because I guess I'm a little bit. I don't know. No. I guess I'm a little bit different because I'm really firm and headstrong on not changing my view of what I believe in. I think a lot of brothers in the I.S.U.P.K is like that. That's why we get probably like a lot of people got a bad taste in their mouth with us because we stand on what we believe. We don't budge off of it. You think the law or God cares about what you think is right? What you think is wrong? Unaliving a baby is wrong. Do you think he cares about that? So now actually I'm asking you a question. Do you think I care about it? No, I don't. I don't care about you thinking that's right because I know it's wrong. You're not going to convince me to vote because I'm standing firm on what I believe in. If I go back to voting, I'm going to go back to smoking. Oh, that rhyme. I should put that in the rhyme. I should put that in the song also. If I go back to voting, I'm going to go back to smoking. Because now it's like, all right, if I could believe I could vote, I believe I could smoke. You know what I mean? I probably was one of those brothers to tell us, no, I ain't gonna say that. No, I probably would have did it. I tell her, sister, yeah, you gonna get an abortion. Yeah, I probably would have been that brother that was like that if I was in the world, but I'm not no more. I'm not in that dark place. I'm not even gonna be like that. I'm so firm on what I believe in. You cannot change what my view on it. You understand what I'm saying? Because the law endures forever. I don't care about what you feel about me keeping these laws. You're not going to change my mind on this. Understand what I'm saying? That's what you have to be like. You know what I mean? When you separate yourself and you start to change your life, you start to learn certain things, and man, about the Lord and what the Lord wants you to do, you got to stand firm in it because Satan will come and get you. You understand what I'm saying? You can keep reading, sir.
Okay. But such as leave it shall die.
No, go to all that keep
all they that keep it shall come to life.
You keep these laws, you're gonna come to life. You're gonna get out of that darkness when you keep these laws. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
But such as leave it shall die.
You wanna know why you're in darkness right now? Because you left the law. You stopped keeping the law. That's why you are in darkness. Understand that. That's why you are in darkness, because you don't keep the law anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Now imagine when you start keeping the law. What happens? You get brought back to life. You know what I mean? Now, if you could, can you go back to Leviticus 20 and 26?
Okay.
You are spiritually dead if you don't keep the law. Understand that. Satan has your mind, your spirit, soul, your body, whatever you want to call it. He has everything. He has you. He owns you if you don't keep the law. You can read it, sir.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall be holy unto me.
The Bible say, ye shall be holy unto me. Go ahead.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
The Bible say the Lord is holy. The Lord is not down with America. Why do people think the Lord is down with it? The Lord is not the God of America. The Lord is not God of America. He's not God of this planet. He's the God of Israel. That's who he is. He is the God of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? And we are so, you know what's crazy also about? And we are so in a dark place that Christianity is one of the main reasons why we are like this. Because shout out to Captain Zariak, I mean that handled that debate very well with that brother God Logic, whatever his name is, you understand? And we so destroyed because when I was there, right, he said that God is an Israelite. Yo, you should have seen. I was like, what? Like, listen, my high-pitched voice came in and everything. He was like, God is an Israelite in front of the tribe of Judah. I was done. I was done. I was done. I was like, oh yeah, he not qualified. Listen, if I was Cam, I just walked off. I walked off like, no, you're not even qualified to even debate me because you said God is an Israelite. No, God is the God is the God of the Israelites.
Right.
like God. Like, hey, so Abraham would have been an Israelite if that was the case. Isaac, Ishmael would have been an Israelite. If God was an Israelite, God is the God of the. God is a power to the Israelites. That's it.
Right.
God made us to be the tribe of Judah, Levi, Benjamin, and so forth, or the 12 tribes of Israel. He's not an Israelite.
Right.
Now, Christ is an Israelite.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? However, we need to understand Christianity and bull crap like that is the main reason why we need to get out of the Christian church.
Right.
Because of that type of belief system. We don't even understand this is regular English or regular just stuff that makes sense or practical things. That's how much we're in a dark place. We don't understand things that's practical. He say God of the Israel. He don't say, oh, I'm an Israelite. He say God of Israel. Well, it's like that's a God. The Bible say the God of Israel. It don't say God as an Israelite. That's clearly in there.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? But we so destroyed in a dark place that we so blinded by the truth. You understand what I'm saying? The Bible says you got to separate. The Lord is separate. The Lord is not down with Christianity. The Lord is not down with Islam. The Lord is not down with them zodiac signs. And I also think those zodiac signs got our people in a dark place too.
Right.
Them zodiac signs, man, they telling y'all what y'all are. You're my age and you still believe in zodiac signs is crazy to me. You still believe, oh yeah, you know, the zodiac signs say, I'm an Aries, and Aries, you know, they talkative and they're very confident and whatever the case may be. Just lying to yourself. Lying to yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I ain't gonna hold you off about that type of stuff right there. If a sister say, you know I'm about to go with this. If she asks me what is my birthday, most likely I probably won't entertain her because, like, no, seriously, like, cause every time I notice when I entertain a woman that's in the zodiac signs, we don't work out.
Right.
It's like we don't have a good relationship. If I ever try to entertain a woman like that,
Right.
I just don't like that's and that's so small though. I'm like I don't want to like I'm sorry I want to put up with that. I want her to like I want to say you know what I do acknowledge them, but they don't govern my life. I'd rather for a sister to say that than versus what is your birthday? Why do you care? I'm 34 years old. There you go. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Right.
Because they don't ask you about your age. They ask you about who is your zodiac sign.
Okay.
I could be 18 years old, and they could be 30 years old. They wouldn't ask me, yo, how old are you? They ask, what is your birthday? I'm like, listen, I gotta go. Listen, my supervisor calling me. I gotta go. Now I'm calling back. Yeah, man, we need to get out of these dark places, man. And America is the main reason why. One of the main reasons why we are the way we are through Christianity. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta understand that. Now, if you could, can you go to me to Deuteronomy 28:15?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you're there. Yeah, I mean, like, we gotta understand that being in a dark place is not gonna help us. Acknowledging that you're in a dark place is gonna help us and doing something about it. You can read it.
This is book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
But it shall come to pass.
It shall come to pass. Go ahead.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It's going to come to pass when we're not going to listen to the Lord thy God. Because once upon a time, we did listen. There was times in the Bible that we listened to the Most High God. There was times that we didn't listen to the Most High God. Right now, we're not listening to the Most High God, right? We ain't listening to him at all. We ain't listen. Only people that listen to him is in the I.S.U.P.K. We're listening to the Most High God. Keep going.
To observe to do all his commandments.
We are learning and applying these commandments. And there's certain things that I didn't know, you know, and I learned it. Now I come in the truth to learn, not just to put this one West stuff on and crowns and dawadas and boots and spikes and war scarves and I didn't come in here for that, you know, to drink. I ain't coming here for that. I came in here to learn. I came in here to apply. You understand? That's what I did. I came in here to do that. Keep going.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Go ahead.
That all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
All these curses. Keep going.
Shall come upon thee.
Listen, the main reason why we're in a dark place is because we're not listening to the Most High God no more. We're not doing it at all. You go in the ghetto, they're not listening to the Most High God. They're not. I just see something more. I believe it was Citizens that 2 teams is carjacked a car. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to the Citizens at right now. Matter of fact, let's go to the Citizens at right now. Let me show you how we're so much in a dark place. I'm going to give you my phone to Officer Bot so you can try to put it in the screen in the camera.
Okay.
In the camera. Look at all this. Pretty. Just put it in this. Just trying to show them. Just show them just a little bit. Look, you looking at yourself and just look at the map. That's a lot. That's a lot, right? Hey, showed up in the screen. In the camera. Yeah, move it back just a little bit. Yeah, so they could probably. Okay, see it? Look at all that. That's got. You see the knives. You see the little person with the burglar. You know, like the little thing they put on their eyes, like look, I don't know, like a scarf, like how burglars and stuff like that put on their faces. Like that type of stuff is going on right now. Throw out, sir. That's the type of stuff that's going on. I'm going to read some things that's on here right now. Don't tell you why we're here at Dark Place. Throw out. All right, I'm gonna find one. Okay, one right here. Boom. This happened 3 hours ago. Police have received a report of a person breaking a window with a firearm and fleeing the location. You see why we're in a dark place? What, like, why should we have to be? Why are we going through this? You want to know why? Because we're not listening to the Most High God. Right. We are being punished. We are being put in a dark place because we're not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. I'm gonna read another one. I'm gonna find another one. I'm just gonna click on one. I'm gonna click on the knife drawing. Right? Hold on. Bear with me. It's loading. I'm gonna click on another one. Oh no. All right. Police have received a report of a male stabbed during a fight. That happened yesterday at 11:09. That's what the call was made. You don't believe me? Hold on. What's it?
One male stabbed, rescue them.
Well, I got the subscription. You know, I guess the database, the police is probably incorporated with the Citizens Act. So that's probably why they could pick the calls up. But I'm gonna play it again so I can hear it. But I gotta get the hold on. No, I can't even do it no more. So I can. Anyway, hold on, I gotta go back to it. Damn, I did. Like, person got stabbed during a fight. You wanna know why? I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, it was a black man, Hispanic man. I guarantee you. 11 o'clock at night. Yesterday. I'm find another one. I'm gonna do a gun job. Here we go. This happened yesterday. 8 o'clock. Matter of fact, 24 hours ago. Police report the female shooting victim is stable at the hospital. No evidence has been found. They shooting females out here. They shooting females out here, man. Because we're not keeping these laws. Our brothers supposed to be protecting our sisters, not shooting them. Understand? We're supposed to be protecting one another, loving one another. But you know why we are the way we are? Because we are far away from the Most High God. Right. Because we're not separated. We're doing everything that the oppressor did. We're following after his footsteps. The John Gottis, the Lucianos, give me somebody else. Bugsy Siegel. Right. Who else? I can't even think. There's a lot of gangsters that we're following after, just doing so much of these crimes, man. The black man and the black woman is naturally righteous. That's why when we do something wrong, we feel some type of regret or some type of we grow a conscience. When we do something wrong, when we know it's wrong. Like, for example, I know brothers do this, I know sisters do this. You go lay with somebody and you lay with them unprotectedly. You probably, after you done doing that, you probably like, I ain't doing this no more, Lord. Please try to pray and make sure you ain't got no disease and something like that. You just pray and hope it because you know that, like, yeah, I should have been doing that. You know you should have been doing that. As you grow a conscience. You understand what I'm saying? We're naturally righteous, man. Our oppressor is the evil one. He is naturally evil. He is evil. And he's I can't say the R word. I'm not saying like I can't say the R word. He's slow. Something's wrong with him. He's chemically unbalanced. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we follow after his footsteps. And it's so crazy that when you can pull up where the citizens at, you see all these crimes. And there's more. It's so much. Now, I can scroll over and go to where? I'm gonna say. Now in Philly, so much is going on. I go to just Allegheny. I'm gonna go to Allegheny. All this stuff going on in Allegheny. Now, if I go to Ben Salem or Mayfair, ain't nothing going on in Mayfair. Wait, can you please show the camera? And where Mayfair at? If people know where Mayfair is. I'm gonna tell you about where Mayfair at. You can show. You don't see nothing in Mayfair. Show ain't nothing going on in Mayfair.
It says 7 alerts in the past 4 weeks.
7 alerts in the past 4 weeks in Mayfair. Mayfair. Now let's look at what Mayfair is. Like it says, the wild. Let's look at what Mayfair is. Let's look at where Mayfair is at. Mayfair. So here we go. Oh, Mayfair is a working class neighborhood in lower northeast Philadelphia.
Oh.
It's in northeast. And that's crazy because northeast is a little bit different now. You go to Ben Salem, you go to Willow Grove. You know what's crazy? I was in the car yesterday. He called me yesterday because he was around my area. And I was talking to him about how in Willow Grove, Abington is so strict. Like I went to go because kind of a little under the weather right now. Hopefully I don't get worse. Right. I was going to Whole Foods to get my ginger, my lemons and stuff like that, and my elderberry syrup, all that stuff. So you know what I mean, so I can make my little concoction. I've been cooking up stuff in my little home remedies. You know what I mean? So Whole Foods, cops was pulling people over like it was like I ain't never seen police don't pull people over in Philly like that. We don't get pulled over like that anymore. You can run a red light, cop be right there, he don't even do nothing. It's so crazy. Cop don't even do nothing. I seen when in at least an hour, 4 people got pulled over. In an hour, in the same spot. You wanna know why? Because there's no crime there. They gotta find ways to make money through them tickets. They gotta find ways. I never seen this before. You might go look it up. Look up. Go to exact speed. Go to exact. I'm trying to phrase it right. It's a sign down there that I seen. You got to go to exact speed limit. Type that in. Go to exact speed limit sign. And if you could put it on the screen or something, we'll share it so I can see it. Go to exact speed limit sign. Because ain't no crime down there. They got to find ways to get you. I said, well, the sign said you can't go over 25 miles per hour. It say that. There's no crime down there. I go shopping down there all the time. It's close to where I live at, honestly. It's not really that far from where I live at. You know what I mean? So it's say these things. You know what I mean? No. Maybe it's very rare because I seen it. I ain't.
That's crazy.
Dang. Yeah, that's probably Photoshop. Now go up.
Okay.
Go all the way up to the keep going. Yeah, go to all. Hit all.
Hit all.
Okay. Let's see something real quick. All right.
Go down.
Go down. Okay. All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because yeah, it's probably really not really. It said it. I'm not tripping. I know I seen this joke because I looked at it. I'm like, huh? It said go to exact speed. Maybe that's just something that's going on down there. Like go to exact speed in that neighborhood, and it was crazy. And then mind you, also by it don't be a lot of people out there. It's like so much open road that you could just like, oh, I'm just gonna go fast because it's not no people out there. There's no children out there. It's just empty. It's just cars riding past. Even like throughout the streets. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't even worried about it. One day, if I'm going around that area, because I gotta go I got my car wash around there. So I'm gonna find that sign, I'm gonna take a picture of it. But ain't no crime down there. They gotta pull people over. They gotta find ways to ticket you. Cause ain't nothing going on down there. Like somebody get stopped down there, it'd be like 10 cars. I ain't see that in a long time. 10 cars. They used to do that in Philly. 10 cars. Shellingham Township. There's so much crazy, ain't no crime down there, man. But you go to Philadelphia, you go to North, you go to Allegheny, you go to Somerset, you go to Lehigh, you go to CCB Moore, you go to West Philly, you go to 52nd and Market, you go to Southwest, you go to around King Sesson and so forth and so forth. It's so much crime, man. We hear so much things. It's so much normal for me. I hear gunshots in the back of my house. I already know what block it's coming from. It's so much stuff that goes on, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Because we're in a dark place. We are so far gone, we don't even know that we're being punished. We are cursed because we stopped following what God said. Now we got to start to come back to start to do what the Lord say, man. That's what we have to do, man. We have to get away from all of the things that's destroying us.
Right.
How do you do that? Coming in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA, learning how to conduct yourself in society. That's all we try to do, is show you how to conduct yourself in society. You understand what I'm saying? I remember I was so much, it's crazy. And the main reason why we, matter of fact, give me a, you have, a lot of our brothers and sisters can't even be around each other because they can't have the strength to forgive themselves. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm about to get a scripture right now. I believe it's, I just had it in my head too. It's about Christ. He you call on Christ and you could be like, you come out of the light. I believe it's you know it?
Say again, you call on Christ?
Yeah, call on Christ. I think it's John 4 verse 26. I'm gonna double check though. You could check if you could too. I believe it's that one. 4 verse 26. I think it's 26. Or is it 26:4? No, yeah, 4:26.
John 4:26.
No, this ain't. Dang, wait, hold on. No, this ain't it. Hold on.
I am light, you said?
Kind of something like that. I just had it. Hold on. I think it's wrong. I think it's the one I'm saying is wrong. Give me a minute.
Not I'm light of the world, right?
I don't lie. I'm trying to. I think all right. Is it John? I think it's John something. Hold on. I had it. Oh, No, this ain't it. Jeez. I can't find it.
Is it about forgiveness?
Oh, Salaki is 4 is John. It's John 12:46. Salaki. Yeah, I believe it's John. I believe that's Christ speaking. Double check. But yeah, I was just looking at it today. Yeah, I mean John. Was it John 4? No, it's like it. John 12:46. You understand what I'm saying? John 12:4.
Come.
40. Is it 46?
Come.
All right, you can read it, sir.
This is the book of John, chapter 12, and verse 46.
Go ahead.
I've come, I am come a light into the world.
Listen, what color is those letters?
Red.
So that means Christ is speaking right now, right? He said he what?
I am come a light into the world.
He come a light into the world. You understand? Keep going.
That whosoever believeth on me shall not abide in darkness.
Listen, if you believe in Christ, you understand what I'm saying? You would not be in darkness. You understand what I'm saying? That's the goal. In order for you to change your life and get out of darkness, you have to separate yourself. You have to shed yourself of the world. You understand what I'm saying, man? If you could keep that and get that scripture. Be ye not conformed.
Be ye not conformed.
Give me that scripture. You know what I mean? Christ came in the world to be a light, and that light is the truth. You understand? And you believing in Christ is going to take you out of darkness. You understand what I'm saying? Like most of brothers in the I.S.U.P.K, all the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K and the sisters as well, it pulled us out of that darkness when we start to believe in Christ. You know what I mean? And we believe in God too as well, but that's our mediator to get to God. Right. So understand that we got to we got to go through Christ to get to the Most High. Right. So we got to believe in Christ, and then the Most High is going to be in our favor. Now you can read that scripture, sir.
This is Romans 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
And be not conformed to this world, which means is, Alexa, what do conform mean?
Conform can be a verb, meaning to comply or correspond, or an adjective, meaning similar or conformable.
Can you look it up?
Go.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna look it up myself too, cause she be drawn. I mean, I think she was.
It means conform. There's multiple definitions.
Go ahead.
The first one means comply with rules, standards, or laws.
Right.
The second one, of a person, behave according to socially acceptable conventions or standards.
Right.
The next one, to be similar in form or type. Agree.
Okay. All right. That's basically gonna sum it up right there. Being conformed is following the things in society.
Right.
Like, for example, everything that America does, even though some laws in America is based out of they got from the Bible, but not eating pork, you understand what I'm saying, is not a crime in America. Celebrate Christmas is not a crime in America. Leaving your wife or your husband is not a crime in America. What else? Go ahead.
Celebrate American holidays.
Yeah, celebrate American holidays is not a crime in America. But the Bible say, "Be ye not conformed to this world," which means is you gotta do what the Bible say. You gotta be conformed into what the Bible is saying. You can't do social norms. Well, give me a social norm also about it.
Social norm.
That's in the world.
In the world. Social norm.
Smoking weed.
Yeah.
Smoking weed is a social norm. Everybody smokes weed, but the I.S.U.P.K, of course. When I say, and then it's crazy because when we say everybody, we exclude ourselves out of that. Speaking in general, blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, they get high, popping perks, Molly, doing the whippets. That big thing. It look like a they suck out of using them portable hookahs. All that stuff is normal in America, but the Bible is against all of that. Harming yourself, you know, a lot of people harm themselves. You can't do that in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? That's a demon. Go ahead.
Casual sex.
Casual intercourse. Yeah, man, this casualty, fornicating is not permissible in the Bible. And I used to listen. I was doing that when I was in the world. That was social. That was normal for me to have a different woman over my house every other day. Every other day. Getting her high just so I can lay with her. A lot of brothers, you know what's crazy? I was talking to somebody about this. I was like, we talk about Diddy all the time, but there's a lot of Diddies. There's a lot of Diddies in our neighborhoods. Like at that time, I didn't know. I'm not gonna say. I may probably disagree with it at that time, but because I just started. I really wasn't drinking when I was in the world. I wasn't smoking. I was a pioneer, right? I used to bring sisters over the crib to get her high, so I got laid with her. Yeah, because sisters, in the world, they be saying, I take a hit of the blunt, and they get a little frisky. And see what I'm saying? That's what they used to tell me. Okay, say no more. You better roll up. Listen, I was a pioneer, so I was smoking like 4 or 5 in the October. Still maybe a little bit more. But there's a lot of Diddies in the world, in the ghettos, that's getting these sisters high just to have intercourse with them. And they might still remember, what they're doing, but it's kind of the same exact thing. They giving these sisters pills too. Perks. Why do you think sisters on perks? It was crazy because I used to live in Kensington, and every time I seen a sister or a woman in general, it always was with a man. The sister, like I know when the sister about to be dope, drugged out. Just because she be able to say the man, I'm like, damn, he be down here. I'm like, oh, so she about to be hooked on drugs now. Sister I went to school with, I seen her down there. She was with a guy. He always down there. So I was like, dang, I hope that's probably like her brother or something. She just know him. Month go past, something like that. I see her, she looking horrible out there. Because men is out there taking advantage of our sisters, right? By giving them drugs. That's what they doing. They getting them drunk. They getting them drunk so they can lay with them. Not saying like, oh, we out, we having a good time. She wanna, have a couple drinks too. It's not like that. It's like trying to encourage her to drink more. so she can be messed up. When me, matter of fact, we was at Drake night. I don't know, you ain't go. No, you ain't go, right, Officer Vaughn? Drake night. No, you ain't go. We all went. Yeah, I don't think you went. It was his sister. It was his sister. She was so drunk to the point that she was all on me. Like she was, and I'm like, yo, you gotta chill, you gotta relax. Where your friends at? She drunk. I don't know why I was saying that. I was looking around trying to find her friends. Like, yo, you're doing too much. Yo, you gotta relax. You gotta chill. I'm telling her this. Like, you gotta relax. You gotta chill. You gotta stop drinking. And I told her friend. I see the friend. Like, yo, take her home. Take her home. Y'all need to leave because this is dangerous. Everybody can't be like that. I had to find the one that was not messed up. She was still a little bit of drunk too, a little bit, but most of them was messed up. That's dangerous. I imagine what else men that was around that she was doing that to. Then she was to the point that she was so drunk she probably would have blacked out and passed out. Man just took advantage of her. This is why when we come out of darkness, we have a clear conscience. We think straight. Because if I was in the world, I'm like, tell your friends about to have an after party at my crib. I don't do the passed out stuff. Like, she passed out, she go to sleep. I'm not doing that. But if one of the other ones was still up and still ready to go, it would probably happen. You understand? Because I was in the world thinking that way. Yeah, man. A lot of brothers do that. And that's wrong. You understand what I'm saying? You're not supposed to take advantage of your sister, trying to encourage them to get drunk and get high and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Especially like that. You know what I mean? One thing, you're having a good time, because you might, be probably with your rib. You might have a couple drinks at the crib. You know what I mean? Y'all get a little carried away. Y'all home, but it's like y'all having a good time. Then y'all a little bit saucy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Then you make another baby. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But to the point that she outside and she's stumbling and falling to the point she about to pass out, now it's like, okay, now this is something that can turn into a dangerous thing. You understand what I'm saying? But we so much in darkness, we don't see that. We think about the box and try to get the brownie points and to brag to our homies. We cannot do that. Christ wouldn't do that. So we shouldn't do that. And it's crazy. Most of them be Christians. Most of them people be Christians. I was Christian. Even though I didn't really go to church and follow that, I was Christian. They were Muslims. They doing these things to our sisters. How many Muslims that pop perks and get high down Kensington? They getting high down there. But she's so much, now the sister in Kensington, so much destroyed now because of that man. She's so much destroyed because of that man. Because of there's a whole bunch of Diddy's. Diddy just had a whole bunch of money. He's had a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of status to get away with it for how long he did. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what? That's happening in the neighborhoods that we're living in. We so much messed up in the mind that we don't understand it. We so much in a dark place. Because I forgot who it was. Oh, R. Kelly. R. Kelly's in the ghetto. They used to pull up to people's schools, picking up 16-year-olds. And he like 30. That happens in the ghetto. And that's messed up. Where do you think he got it from? Where do you think Diddy gets that from? Being around, weird oppressors too. We get all this from our oppressors though, right? Where do you think R. Kelly got that from? He got that from trauma. He got that from he probably got it done to him. You understand what I'm saying? He probably got, violated by whoever. It happens to us, and then we do it to somebody else. Somebody get us high, then we want to get somebody else high. I remember I was 15, 16 years old. I remember this like it was yesterday. I got a story to tell that also, but I remember like it was like yesterday. It was his brother. He was a Jehovah's Witness. My best friend in the world. I was under the cut. It was like under a cubby. Right? Like my grandma's house was like next door to. It's like a cubby in the back in the alleyway. So I was the driveway. So I'm under a cubby. This is where I used to smoke at, because when it rained and stuff like that, I could smoke right there. Right. I used to smoke weed and cigarettes. Right. So boom, he come outside his crib because like the house is like joint. So like the back steps is like one. So this house and this house got the same back steps. So he come out. I'm smoking. He always used to play around and went like, "Oh, can I hit it? Can I smoke?" He ain't never smoked a day in his life until that day. He kept on asking me like, "Yeah, when and you know, I kept on telling him, nah, bro, you don't, bro, like I grew up. I think I came out the womb getting high also, but I'm just saying, I smoked. So I was 2 years old there. Yeah, like I was like when I used to look at people that's like 16 and they about to start smoking, I'm like, no, you ain't start doing this at no young age. Why are you doing it now? That's how I used to look at it. He tried to get high. He tried to smoke with me. I gave him the blunt. Gave him the cigarette. Now he getting high, smoking a cigarette. Now he popping pills and then drunk, and he worse than me. He worse than me. I heard stories about him now. He's doing the most because what I did. And I feel bad for doing it now. Then I'm in the prison. Now I got a conscience. And I'm like, damn, I destroyed people. I helped destroy people. And because I was in that dark place too. You know what I mean? I was in that dark place. I shouldn't have gave him that money. I shouldn't have gave it to him. You know what I mean? But now it's like, you know, hopefully that brother come in the truth.
Right.
Yeah, man. But we so much of a dark place that we don't understand that we're destroying other people around us. Yeah, I mean, that's why you cannot be conformed to this world. You cannot do what the world do. You can't do the social norms. The social norms today with women is unaliving babies.
Right.
If that man shoot up your club, you're having that baby. If he shoots your club up, you're having that baby. Because the Lord wants you to have it. That's why sometimes a brother might shoot your club up and you don't get pregnant.
Shoot your club up.
I was about to say, shoot your club up. Shoot your club up is another word for, you know, dropping seed, you know, in a woman. You know what I mean? Shoot your club up. I'm trying to be a little bit PG. You know what I mean? But the Lord wants you to have that baby. You know what I mean? The Lord wants you to have it. If the Lord didn't want you to have it, you wouldn't have it. We got to stop being conformed of this world. Read that from the top, sir.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse 2.
Go ahead.
And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to what?
This world.
This world. You know what's crazy over survive? They were like, God so loved the world, right? God so loved the world, right? This is why we so messed up, and Christianity need to be destroyed and get kicked out of the neighborhoods that we're in, right? Because they say God so loved the world, but it just said what?
And be not conformed to this world.
To what?
This world.
It's saying this world. So that's a particular world it's talking about. It's not even talking about all the world or the world of Israel. It's talking about a Pacific world. And it's talking about America and wherever place that's doing violence. Matter of fact, it's talking about the places that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are in.
Right.
You know what I mean? South America, North America, in the UK, wherever an Israelite is at, it's talking about that world. That world is what it's talking about. The social norms of that world is what it's talking about. You understand what I'm saying? Of this world, go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Now you got to change your mind. Your mind got to become new again. So which means you got to separate yourself You got to separate yourself, right? You got to stop doing all of the things that God hates and start to make your mind new again. You got to get all that filth that you have in your mind out.
Right.
And put something new in there.
Right.
And the new thing is this Bible, the law, statutes, or commandments of this Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Is it any more on that?
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Read that again.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
And as soon as you change your mind, as soon as you know, don't be conformed to this world, you're going to know what not to do and what to do.
Right.
You're going to think like, okay, well, smoking weed is not acceptable. Eating pork is not acceptable.
Right.
Putting your wife away is not acceptable. Doing drugs is not acceptable unless you're sick or you have an element or something like that.
Right.
It's not acceptable. You understand what I'm saying? When you change your life, when you change your mind. People that goes crazy, people change their mind a lot.
Right.
But never change their mind to do good. They change their mind on other stuff. Oh, for example, a brother might lay down with another woman. You know what I mean? And he like, I want to be with her. He said, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want to be with her. I don't want to be with her no more. That's not acceptable.
Right.
Changing your mind is, you know what? I'm going to stay with her.
Right.
But you're going to make the mistakes. You just got to learn from them.
Right.
You got to just learn from them. You know what I mean? And don't try not to do it again. You know, like I said, this walk is not this big so that you're going to be perfect soon as you start, I'm an Israelite, I follow law, statutes, and commandments. The fight starts soon as you understand who you are.
Right.
That's the fight. The fight is that, okay, I know I'm an Israelite, now what I have to do now is a fight after that. And you have to fight back. You cannot let demons beat you up. You cannot let demons come inside you and try to destroy you. You have to fight. You understand what I'm saying? And fighting is not to do what you always usually do. Can't go to the deli and get that blunt anymore. You can't go holler at Man or Ray to go cop an ounce of that Zao. You can't do it. You can't go get them scripts from a sister that been getting scripts for a while because she have knee problems. You cannot continue to do that. You cannot go get that lean from the syrup man. Can't do it anymore. Understand what I'm saying? You cannot be conformed of this world. You got to change your mind. Now, can you go back to John? Is it 14? 46 or something like that?
Come.
Yeah, you can read that again.
This is from John, chapter 12, verse 46. I am come a light into the world.
You gotta understand too. This is without being conformed to the world too. That Christ came to be a light in this world. Read that again.
I am come a light into the world.
He had come to light in the world. In this world, in fact, keep going.
That whosoever believeth on me shall not abide in darkness.
Now, if you believe in Christ, because Christ is our mediator, if you believe in Christ, read that again.
That whosoever believeth on me shall not abide in darkness.
If you believe in Christ, then you're going to believe in the Most High. And you're not going to be in darkness. Christ is going to show you how to get out of darkness by just believing in him. He's going to show you how to get out of that dark place that you're in. And a lot of our brothers and sisters think you are healed, but you're not.
Right.
I remember I forgot where I was at. I think I screenshotted it. And it was a sister that I know. I know her very well, right? Very well.
Right.
And she was like, I'm gonna tell a story. She was like, she proud of. I believe it's like a meme. You know how people try to put inspirational, motivational memes on their little pages and all that. And I read it. She proud of the people who had the strength to pull themselves out of darkness. This is the main reason why I made this class up, because the sister that I know, so and I'm so like that I know very well, right? I'm like, you still in darkness.
Right.
And then you say that you're proud of the people who pulled themselves out of darkness, then you should be proud of me. But she hates me. You understand what I'm saying? She hates me. The person I know very well. Because something transpired with me and his sister. And man, it transpired between me and her to the point that violence happened. You understand what I'm saying? And that sister was in the wrong. You know how hard it was for me not to seek revenge, and that too. Go to if you love me, you forgive one another. Give me the with Christ. And this too, how you get out of darkness too, because I was in a dark place before, a very dark place. A lot of people say, no, I ain't gonna say a lot of people. You know, even my friends say, "Oh, you changed a little bit." Like, I don't think I did, but you changed a lot because this happened to you. And man, I climbed out of that dark place, and this is why I use this stuff as a teaching moments, because I got to show you that I've been through it. I got to show you I've been through certain things that you've been through, because it's like me just talking up here is like, all right, I'm just talking, but I got to give you what I experienced in my life so you can feel it. Because like that's how I am. Even when I make my music, like I was talking about Red, but Red, she gave me a side eye yesterday also, but I was telling her, like, stop getting rappers mad. Like, you get a rapper mad and he make a song about you, and it might not even, like, he might not even put your name in it. He might just write something, and it's like, hey, you talking about me? Maybe, maybe not. But it's just a feeling that he has to write it down and let it out for therapeutic reasons. Right. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I do. Make me mad, I'm gonna make a diss track. I'm not gonna say the diss track, I'm gonna write about it. And I'm gonna put it out there so people can relate to it. Now, people can hear it, they can get through their day. It's like they can get through their day with it. You know what I mean? It's not more so like I'm trying to downplay somebody, belittle somebody, none of that. It's just real life situations. Sometimes somebody got to put their real life out there, not everything, but real life out there so people can relate to it. You have, if that's the case, we wouldn't know who that the sister was that Christ told her not to sin no more. If we can't say nothing, we have to say things so people can relate. Oh, I've been through that. Oh, he got through it, or this is how he got through it. We have to put stuff out there like that and tell these stories. You know what I mean? Just like when I hear my stories about my dad when he was in prison, he telling me all these stories. That just make me don't want to go to prison unless I'm going for the right reason. I gotta defend myself or protect my my rib, my house, officer, by anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go for the right reason, not the wrong reason. And he make me like, I ain't going to prison. I ain't about to go walk around the corner. I see two men doing things they don't supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? I want to be in no prison with no men. He tell me all these stories. And I mean, I don't want to do that. So I said, okay, I know brothers that been in prison. I can't relate to them being in prison, but they telling me their story is still going to make me, okay, I don't want to do it. I'm cool. Oh, you been here 27 years? I believe what you're saying. I'm cool. I don't want to do that. I'm going to be on a straight path. So that's how I think. So I like, we tell a story sometimes so people can like hear how I overcame it. And then maybe whatever they're going through, they can overcome it. Whatever they're going through. It might be it might be different things though. It might not even be what I'm going through. You understand what I'm saying? But It was a time I was in a dark place. I'm always gonna bring this up because it's very important. Because I know I understand what truly forgiveness is. If I didn't forgive this sister or her sisters, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be in prison, in the ground, or one of them would be in the ground or in prison, or whatever the case may be, vice versa, or somebody that close to probably a man, because I ain't going at no woman. I go at men. I don't do that women like where your brother at? That's how I was in the world. I ain't about to argue. Where your brother? Where your own? I'll fight your own. Listen, where grandpa at? I'll fight your grandpa. I'm not about to keep going back and forth with no goddamn woman. That's how I was in the world. But it was hard. like that's why I talk about it today. It was really hard not to do nothing. Cause when you're in Philly, Philly, period. We violent. It's like a drug. It's like a drug like that. We want to see blood. Like we want to see it. I can't explain it. Cause soon as somebody do something to you, you have to get back. You have to do it, or you're going to be labeled a kitten or a punk or BAN. You understand what I'm saying? And I had to sit back and eat that. I was in the world too, so I was like, I still was watching, UPK, but I was in the world. I had to eat that. The Spirit of the Lord was on me. Satan was not in my head at that time. Like far as I believe the Most High was testing me anyway. It was testing. I know it was a test. He was testing me anyway to see how I was going to react to this situation. I could have. It could have been handled differently if I would have just complied to what she wanted. But I was sick and tired of complying with what people want. Like you already took certain things from me that mean dearly to me, and I gotta give you this. No, you're not getting this. So that's basically what it's about. But it was so hard to see somebody that harmed me that I got to look at my arm every day and remember like this is because this happened. You know how hard that was at that time? Man, I'm surprised I told my family members, I told people that I'm getting calls from people that found out. I didn't even know, like, hey, the ghetto. Listen, the cop, you will find out what happened to your homie or your brother before a cop would. People call like, yeah, I heard what happened. Yo, what you want to do? Nothing. They don't ride, they got it. I just make the police report to save myself at the end of the day. No, I'm not going to do anything. You know how hard that was? And it's crazy because when I was outside at that time, I was in Kensington at the time, and brothers was like, oh, he called the cops. Yeah, I called the cops. I'm trying to do the right thing because you wanted me to do something to that sister or do something to somebody that I love and care about, to somebody that's in her family. Then it would have kept on going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the people that was in the middle would have hated me for the rest of my life. I ain't going to do that. So in my head, I had to think. I was mad, I was angry, but it was something that came on me that thought, don't retaliate. Do not seek revenge. It was so hard for me not to seek revenge. You understand what I'm saying? It was so hard for me to understand that when I learned what forgiveness was. And once I mastered not to seek that revenge, I was good. I'm in a good place. I'm chilling. Like I'm good. I don't even care. Listen, they still avoiding me today. Listen, they can come to my house right now. We have a conversation, and have dinner together right now, and they won't get backdoored. I won't set them up. Understand what I'm saying? And nothing won't happen to them. They know I can find them. When somebody on the mission for blood, they're gonna find you. It don't matter if it's a year from now. You think people forget? I know brothers My brother actually still holding grudges over a basketball game that happened 20 years ago. And in fact, I'll tell you the brother that we seen in the camp, they say my rap name and all that. And what him and my brother, they was best friends. And they still not talking because of a basketball game. So you telling me you think just because a year passed, 2 years passed, I'm not going to remember? It's a brother that was that got locked up. I think he was like 50 years old. He came out of jail. Somebody unalived him because of something that happened 25 years ago. Because they still didn't forgive him. They wanted that blood. They wanted to seek that revenge because they were still in a dark place. How can he get out and he did this? Instead of forgiving the brother. Instead of, say, you know what? I'm not going to be the reason I'm in the ground or have this stuff to continue on. Somebody got to stop it. And it's hard. That I hold you. It might be easy. It was hard for me. That's hard to do. You know what I mean? Especially when you're in the world and you ain't got no guidance. It's going to be a little rough because that's all you know. Man, now I'm in a good place. I'm great. I'm good. Wish them nothing but the best. Hope they come to the truth. You understand what I'm saying? But that's how you really get out of a dark place. You forgive the people who did things to you. And man, you can read that scripture, sir?
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
And be ye kind one to another.
And be what?
And be ye kind one to another.
Be ye kind to one another, man. Go ahead.
Tender-hearted.
Being tender-hearted, being compassionate. Go ahead.
Forgiving one another.
Forgiving one another. So if I do something to you, you need to forgive me. If you do something to me, I need to forgive you. Because that's how we stop the black on black crime. That's how we stop the violence against one another. We cannot seek revenge because it's going to keep going on and on and on and on and on and on. You forgave your oppressor. Why you can't forgive me? Why you can't forgive your brother? Why you can't forgive your sister? Your oppressor did more crimes to you than your brother did. But you forgave him because you're not seeking revenge against him. You're seeking revenge against your people. The Bible just says you got to forgive one another, man. Getting out of that dark place is learning how to forgive those who did you wrong. Did you wrong. There's another thing. I had an uncle. Listen, I used to, may he rise again in righteousness. Make sure he righteous, because he was disgusting. He was very wicked. Now, I'm gonna tell you stories because I'm really open book, because I want brothers and sisters to understand this. He used to say things to me. I used to beat him up. I used to hit him. Like me and my step grandfather rise again. I remember I hit him so hard he fell on my grandfather's lap because he's saying stuff he don't need to be saying. I forgave him. He suffered. Being like he had to. He died slowly, but suffered. And I was thinking like the Lord did that to him because of how he was and stuff like that. But I forgave him. I'm walking to my grandma's house, speaking to him. Hey, what's going on? You need anything? He said stuff to me. If I tell you right now, came off the right, like, what the heck? I wouldn't say that to him. But that's the spirit I have. I want to master it. I want to master forgiveness. Not the forgiveness of how oppressor, I'm forgiving. I don't forgive no oppressor. You're going into slavery. Right. But I got to show people I cannot seek revenge every time I walk in here and see somebody that harmed me and did something wrong to me or said something wrong to me. Then I got to just always punch on them or harm them. I'm not doing none of that. because that's gonna put me in a dark place. Because I didn't let it go. I didn't get over it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard, you know. Sometimes we want to bring somebody's neck, but you can't do it because Christ, all the stuff that we did, Christ died for us. He did. He was the ultimate sacrifice, so we could get out of a dark place.
Right.
He was the ultimate sacrifice for us to get out of these dark places that we're in. Because if you're sinning, you're in a dark place, man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna hold you, damn. I didn't know it was 8:56. We're gonna do a part 2 of this. We're gonna do a part 2 of this. You understand? Because I still have more scriptures to go on. So, listen, I love teaching class, man, because it's like, you know, like I always like this anyway. My Ray always would tell me, like, yo, like she kind of was like, you know, had me thinking about coming to the school too, because like, yeah, you're really good at, you really like to talk, and you really like to you know, try to help people and give people you know, some type of advice and stuff like that. That's how I always was. That's how I think about it. Really start doing the psychology stuff, like really get into psychology and stuff like that. I really think about start doing that. You know what I mean? Because I really like to do it. And I really like to help people. Like, you know, try to like, because I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna like boast about it. Yeah, I helped you get out of your condition, but it made me feel good to see me help somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Because I was in that same spot and stuff like that. And we're gonna read that scripture. Matter of fact, we're gonna get one more scripture, and we're gonna clip the class. Give me let me see. Oh, it's not that one. Oh, give me damn, I just had on man, had on my tongue. Give me it's not Proverbs. Give me oh no, it's right. Give me John 8:12. Yeah, give me that. We're gonna clip the class. Yeah, man. Matter of fact, no. Give me Isaiah 50:10. 50 and 10, if you could. And then we're gonna clip it with that. Yeah, man. Like it's so powerful, man. Yeah, I mean, the Bible is the book that's gonna get us out of these conditions, man. Yeah, man. If you got it, you could keep reading.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 50 and verse 10. Who is among you that feareth the Lord, that obeyeth the voice of his servant?
Listen, go ahead. Now listen, obeys the voice of his servants. Man, who among you fears the Lord and obeys the voice of his servants, man? Who is it? Go ahead.
That walketh in darkness and have no light.
That walketh in darkness that have no light. If you're listening to me right now, and you just came in the I.S.U.P.K, man, you're listening to his servants right now. Read that from the top again, the darkness part.
Mm-hmm. Who is among you that feareth the Lord and obeyeth the voice of his servant, that walketh in darkness and have no light?
That walketh in darkness that have no light. Go ahead.
Let him trust in the name of the Lord and stay upon his God.
Listen, trust in the Lord God and rely on the Lord God to get you out of these places. But in order for you to not be in darkness, you have to listen to the priests and the prophets of the Lord, because they're the ones that obey the voice of the Most High God, and that can help you get out of darkness. Because we was once walking in darkness before. We was once getting high. We was the ones seeking revenge on our brothers and sisters because they harmed us and they did all vile and disgusting things to us, man. We was once like that before, man. Now we learn, we observe, and we are doing these commandments, and we are out of darkness today. Now, if you really want to change your life and climb out of darkness, you need to listen to the Lord service, and that's in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA. Yeah, I mean, I pray you understand that. And we're gonna do a part 2. Next week we're doing a part 2. I'm gonna have some more. I kind of like this topic. We're gonna have some more next week. Yeah, I mean, Lord allow, man. And with that, I'm Prison Officer SICARII, and this was the Brotherhood and Unity class. I thank you for listening. Make sure you share, like, subscribe. Listen, comment, negative, positive, don't matter. All feedback is good feedback. Yeah, man. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Prison Officer Bahaya.
The priest officer class. I.S.U.K. security announcements. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA, rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, 18 verse 21. The book of Malachi, 3 verse 8 through 10. Ma'asha means 10th in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like upcoming little convocations is the feast of dedication of Hanukkah, found on the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days this year, December 25th, Wednesday, 2024, for 8 days. Found in the book of First Maccabees, 4 verses 52 through 61. Ryan Akim and Aquafian to check the rules of board in the hallway. If any trooper wants to be a trooper, if any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, so I wear it all black. Blue shirt, headband, and scarf. With that, I advise to the men. Men of Israel will get one person blue. Men of Israel, Mom Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh, Shimmy, Al-Shah, Barak, Thumb. YASHUA, you stand down. Star, turn faces. Says the Imam Shabbat, his head body covered, your feet connected at a 45-degree angle. Right hand clapped over your left, and we salute you, you salute his back. Men of Israel, we'll get this is one person salute. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. YAHUSHUA, Al-Thumb, Shimmy, Al-Shah. YASHUA, you stand down. Class.
Make sure you pay your tithes.